report of the special envoy to South Africa on xenophobic attacks orders voluntary evacuation of Nigerians. Police warn against unlawful procession by Islamic movements in Nigeria, reiterates the proscription order on the sect.
The ministry is building strong signage with relevant MDAs for the purpose of ensuring that we have a clear competitive edge in coffee trading and consumption.
Federal government plans roadmap to boost coffee production for local and international markets. Plus, Federal Fire Service hints on emergency response mechanism ahead of the dry season. Hello there, good evening and welcome to NTN Network News tonight. I am Joseph Johnson. Reading with me are Michael Olale in Lagos, Naomi Aboku from Maiduguri, and while Dibabari Seodoma Nweke will be joining us from Port Harcourt in the course of the bulletin. Let's begin by telling you that President Muhammadu Buhari has given instruction for the immediate voluntary evacuation of all Nigerians who are willing to return home. This was after receiving the report of the envoy sent to South Africa over the xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in that country. In a statement by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, the president says he has taken note of the report and instructed the Minister of Foreign Affairs to keep engaging appropriate authorities on the concrete measure the South African government is expected to take. Ambassador Ahmed Rufai Abubakar, Director General National Intelligence Agency, the special envoy sent to South Africa, conveyed the president's the government said the government is ready and willing to collaborate with the South African government to find a lasting solution to the involvement of few Nigerians in criminal activities. The special envoy also interfaced with his South African counterpart, where they reviewed the situation of foreign immigrants in general and Nigerians in particular. They agreed to work together to find a permanent solution to the root causes of the recurring attacks on Nigerians and their property. President Ramaphosa agreed that the violence was most disturbing and embarrassing, adding that his government completely rejects such acts which undermine not only the country's image but also its relations with brotherly African countries. Ramaphosa reaffirmed his stand to protect the rights of every Nigerian and other foreign nationals in the country. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, says the Commission will continue to work on the directive of President Muhammadu Buhari that no Nigerian should be treated anyhow, anywhere in the world. This was part of her briefing to journalists on xenophobic attacks in South Africa after meeting with the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs. National Assembly correspondent Abdullahi Aminu reports.
This meeting holds barely a week after the first one with the Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyeama. The aim this time is to provide suggestions towards ensuring justice over the attacks.
We had fake videos circulating. Somebody just brought a video from nowhere in the world and said, this is MTN being burnt, and it is not true. So to the media and to Nigerians, let's be discerning. Fake news can only destroy, not build. But in the meantime, we continue to demand compensation for Nigerians that have been attacked in South Africa.
We are also assured that the strategic objectives of this effort by the Nigerian government are still in focus. What are these objectives? One, to ensure that the South African government live to its responsibility of protecting life and property within its territory as required as a state.
The Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission informed the senators that 640 Nigerians have so far voluntarily registered to come back home from South Africa, and diplomatic decisions will be based on a report by the President Buhari's envoy. From the National Assembly, Abdullahi Aminu, NTN News.
The Nigeria Police Force is sending a note of warning to some members of the proscribed Islamic movement in Nigeria, IMN, who intend to embark on a nationwide procession to cause disruption of public peace, order and security in the country. A statement by Force Public Relations Officer Frank Mba reiterates that, in line with the Terrorism Prevention Prescription Order Notice 2019 of 26 July 2019, the activities of the Islamic movement in Nigeria have been prescribed. Consequently, all gathering of or procession by the group remains ultimately illegal and will be treated as a gathering in the advancement of terrorism. To this end, the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, directs commissioners of police in all the states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, as well as their supervisory assistant inspectors general of police, to put in place concrete measures to avert any planned procession by the Islamic movement in Nigeria anywhere in the country. The IGP also enjoins the public to avail the force with useful information as regards the activities of the prescribed Islamic movement in Nigeria. In the meantime, Nigeria and her development partners have indicated strong commitment towards achieving their target, particularly the United Nations Sustainable Development Partnership Framework. Correspondent Usman Ali reports that this was revealed when the new country representatives of United Nations Development Programme, UNICEF, and World Food Programme presented their letters of commission before the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema.
Acting together in cognizance of their responsibility and opportunity, Nigeria's development partners, whose new representatives visited Minister of Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Onyema, have the same mission here, that is strong commitment for successful partnership. UNICEF's Peter Hawkins, Mohammed Yahya of the United Nations Development Programme and Paul Harvey of the World Food Programme say they are not compromising their support for Nigeria in her development needs such as job creation, health, food sufficiency and education. Already, Nigeria and the United Nations have developed a framework in 2017 on partnership priorities for 2018 to 2022. In Abuja, Usman Aliyu, NTA News.
Accountability, transparency and time management have been identified as key factors in enhancing speedy dispensation of justice in the country. With these in mind, the National Judicial Institute is keeping judicial staff abreast with global practices in court administration and the management of court records to aid in the task of adjudication.
Players in the Nigerian justice sector are not in denial of the numerous cases lingering in various courts across the country. However, efforts to ensure court employees comply with code of conduct to improve speedy dispensation of justice to citizens are now being put in place. One of such efforts is the gathering of these registrars, court clerks and bailiffs who compile record of court proceedings, exhibits and other confidential documents. Any error from these court officials throw a clog in the wheel of justice and the confidence of the public on the judiciary. To avoid this, the training is meant to improve operational standard of the judicial sector through the role played by these officials.
Right from the beginning, this category of stars, right from the point when you're having contact with the judicial system, up to the final thing, enforcement of judgments, you come across them. So they are invaluable to us.
For Musa Shuaibu, who has been working in the Kano judiciary for more than 30 years, and his colleagues from all over the country, this training comes at a time when their responsibilities, which varies in the overall daily activities of the courts, are on the increase.
This workshop or seminar will enhance the serving of court processes properly.
Right now, I can as well learn more about the processes.
With the theme, towards improving the quality of judicial services in Nigeria, this conference is a proof of the importance attached to the role of these officers whose services are critical to sound justice delivery.
The federal government is set to develop a new strategy towards boosting coffee production for local market and export. This, the government says, will be achieved in partnership with the International Coffee Organization. Musa Babali reports.
Coffee has been rated as the world's favorite beverage and the second most traded global commodity after oil. It is estimated that 1.6 billion cups of coffee are consumed worldwide every day. This pushed the global coffee business to hit $15 billion, with more than 200 million people working in the entire value chain of the produce in 52 countries, including Nigeria.
Studies have shown that at least 5 in every 10 Nigerians drinks coffee. So imagine that in a population of 200 million, that's close to 4 million cups a day.
If 100 million alone are consuming coffee produced in Nigeria, we don't even need to sell anywhere. And that will definitely create wealth among the coffee farmers.
Research indicates that Ethiopia, Cote d'Ivoire and Kenya climate and space for the production are not as conducive as that of Nigeria, and yet they are generating more revenue from export of coffee while Nigeria is lagging behind.
When you go to places like Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Kenya, there are all organized structure for processing, manufacturing, act, and what have we. In Nigeria, we don't have it, and that is why we are having a lot of challenges.
Consequently, the International Coffee Organization believes that Nigeria needs to upscale her coffee production.
And Nigeria, with its the largest population in Africa, we have a lot to contribute to the development of the Nigerian coffee sector.
To this end, the ministry is building strong synergy with relevant MDAs for purpose of ensuring that we have a clear competitive edge in coffee trading and consumption.
There are 2 varieties of coffee, Arabica and Robusta, and the 2 can be produced in commercial quantities in 22 states of the Federation. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
A conducive business environment in the Nigerian mining industry is attracting foreign investors. This was at the 17th edition of the African Down Under Mining Conference held in Perth, Australia. Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, Abdul Kadri Muhazu, who led the Nigerian delegation at the conference, was excited at the level of interest shown by the investors. Heads of agencies in the ministry gave presentations on the various opportunities in the Nigerian mining industry. Some of the measures taken by the federal government to encourage investors were also highlighted.
Our royalty regime is good, is between 3 and 5%, but we can even allow you not to pay royalty for some years if you start off, between 3 to 5 years. We provide tax holiday for new entrants for up to 3 years. And then if you are importing machinery and equipment that will be used for your mining operations, we give you a waiver on import duties and fees.
Time now for some messages. We are right back.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
Incredible as it is, This mega primary school was started from scratch in June 2019 and is being delivered within the first 100 days of Professor Babagana Umara Zulum as governor of Borno State. Conspicuously sited at Abuja Sheraton, a poor community in Maisandari ward of Maiduguri, the mega school has 30 classrooms to conveniently accommodate 1,200 out-of-school children at the ratio of 40 pupils per class. This bold project clearly indicates what to expect in the future of Professor Babagana Umara Zulum as governor of Borno State.
Bayes University is a fully licensed university operating since 2011 and has grown to have 32 accredited programs in 6 faculties. This includes computer and applied sciences, management and social sciences, engineering, environmental sciences, law, and basic medical sciences. The university also offers postgraduate programs and foundation courses in a conducive learning environment with modern teaching facilities and high-quality national and international staff. Bayes University graduates have either progressed into respectable career positions or have obtained postgraduate degrees from different parts of the world with distinctions. Call or visit www.bayesuniversity.edu.ng. Bayes University, Abuja. Learn to live.
Everybody dance now. What? Louder. We are the strongest. No challenge can stop us. Oh Lord, and we are the brightest. No darkness can blind us. We are the strongest.
Malta Guinness is packed with B vitamins to fuel your greatness.
The Delta State government welcomes Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Ehanire, his entourage, and delegates to the 62nd National Council on Health NCH meeting with a theme, Consolidating the Journey Towards Achieving Universal Health Coverage. Date, 9th to 13th September 2019. Venue, the Dome Event Center, Okpanam Road, Asaba. Time, 9 a.m. daily. Signed, Dr. Modi Ononye, Honorable Commissioner for Health, Delta State, host.
Igboro na sharp guy. Igboro na wise guy. Igboro they code everybody. Igboro they feel funky. Igboro na smart guy. Anywhere he they go, he they shine eye. Igboro no they slago. Igboro is very connected. Igboro they judge everybody, and they know they trust anybody. Igboro they look everybody like say them is suspect. Nobody wanna trust nobody, but everybody.
Don't be like him. Free your mind with Airtel Smart Talk and enjoy calls to all networks at a flat rate of 11 kobo per second. 7 naira fee on the first call of the day applies. Dial *315# to join.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Introducing an opportunity of a lifetime for 10 lucky winners. Are you creative? Are you bursting with genius, unique and trailblazing ideas in any of art, dance, theater, music, hands and crafts, film and entertainment, fashion and design, culture, architecture, new media and ICT? Does your idea contribute to any of the 9 federal government priority areas? Then register to be a part of the 2nd edition of the National Youth Entrepreneurship Empowerment Summit for Creatives. How to participate? Wow our judges in a 1-minute video showcasing your innovative solution in the most creative way. Upload on social media and use the relevant hashtags. Follow and tag at NYEE Summit. And you can be one of 10 lucky winners of 1 million naira each. Entries close on Friday, 13th September.
Thanks for staying. Embracing linguistic in education and literacy development is key part of developing inclusive societies that respect diversity and difference. This is the thrust of this year's International Literacy Day, marked by Ministry of Education in Abuja. Abdullahi Musa Suleja reports.
While the use of local languages has expanded cross-country and community dialogue, various community and indigenous languages have been endangered. This trend have implications for literacy development. According to UNESCO report, about 40% of the world's population have no access to education in language they speak or understand. Hence, the need for society to encourage promotion of mother tongue, which experts believe contribute to the development of literacy. The Minister of Education is confident that ensuring curriculum delivery in basic and secondary schools, proper monitoring, putting in place functional and continuous education for youth and adults will go a long way in addressing literacy in the country.
The aim of this day's activities highlights the importance of literacy to individuals, communities, and societies. Successful development of literacy is founded on the incorporation of language skills. Literacy in turn enhances and extends oral language abilities in all these ramifications throughout one's lifetime.
There were presentations of some literatures in different Nigerian languages to showcase the power of language in promoting literacy. The theme for this year's International Literacy Day is literacy and multilingualism. Abdullahi Musa Suleja, NTA News.
And young people today live in a world of unlimited potential and opportunities. However, despite gains in the situation facing Nigerian children and young people in recent years, much remains to be done, especially when it comes to education. The question now is, what kind of Nigeria do you want to see? Olain Kaujo reports.
Out of a population of more than 200 million, more than 64 million are between the age of 15 and 35. This boy, Emmanuel Okechukwu, an SS2 student, and Mariam Sheung, a JS3 student, are two children from low-income families privileged to access quality education through the help of a non-governmental organization.
I live in a community, a slum in Lagos State called Makoko, and I find children who are not going to school, and when I see them, I feel bad and I feel something needs to be done.
I want to see a Nigeria where every child has the right to have a free and fair education.
Some of the demands of Emmanuel and Miriam informed the conversation at this UNICEF event tagged The Nigeria Youth Talk.
All the challenges you see around you, which you call problems, are in fact opportunities.
Special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says education confers knowledge.
When Nigeria works, who does it work for? For us. For us. Particularly young people, we have a stake in the future of this country. We have a stake in the success of Nigeria.
The event, which drew participants from different walks of life, is part of activities to mark the 2019 International Literacy Day. Olain Kaujo, NTA News.
The migrant e-registration exercise initiated by the federal government has kicked off in Ogun State. Governor Dakpo Abiodun, who launched the program, said the gesture will not only facilitate an updated and reliable database, but will also help tackle inter-border crimes. Mohammed Adebol Wale has details.
Since the federal government launched the e-registration program to enhance internal security, transborder crime seems to have reduced. With renewed effort to combat criminal activities, especially at the border, Ogun State government has launched the State Migration and E-Registration Program. The program will enable the state have a comprehensive data of non-Nigerians and boost internal monitoring and control mechanisms in the overall interest of national security.
We've had cases whereby something happens and then you are in doubt who the perpetrator of such act is. So now that we have, or we are collecting a data, or we are collecting data of everyone that comes in and goes out, we will be able to tell you exactly who is who. So identification is very important in ascertaining who is who.
The state governor, Dakwa Abiodun, while launching the program, says it is part of its commitment to ensure threats like trafficking of persons and smuggling of migrants and other organized crimes are nipped in the bud. Many describe the program as a welcome development.
From a security point, yes, very good. A very good initiative from the government of Nigeria, and everybody will be safe and secure.
The program, which is ongoing nationwide, was officially launched by President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja. In Abeokuta, Mohammed Adebowale, NTA News.
With the dry season fast approaching, the federal government is opening up emergency response mechanisms for disaster management. Doindia is in Mina, where the Zone G command of the Federal Fire Service was inaugurated, and 2 additional fighting equipment was presented to the state government.
A report by the Nigerian Senate Committee on Interior in 2020 revealed that Nigeria lost over 6 trillion naira to fire outbreaks within 5 years. In another report, Lagos State, for instance, in 2018 lost over 12.8 billion naira to fire incidents with 84 casualties and various degrees of injuries on victims. With the effect of climate change taking a toll on environment across the globe, the Nigerian government is already establishing response mechanism for emergency situations, especially in the dry season. One of such is this presentation of firefighting equipment to the 6 additional zonal centers, which was established by the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, Liman Ibrahim.
The deployment of these good assets is to complement the efforts of the State Fire Service, all in the courtesy of Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR.
Recently, we had an incident at Tiko, where a tanker loaded with fuel caught fire and burned so many shops. Survival of the fire service is not a luxury, it's a must.
The zonal headquarters in Mina, Niger State is now to coordinate emergency response and fire disaster management for Kogi, Niger, and Kwara states. Doing Dia, NTA News.
The Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has assured governors that the House will ensure fair distribution of the nation's resource. The Speaker made this known when he visited Governor Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State. Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad reports.
Governance is not for one person or one party. Governance is all about everybody, not just even the political parties, but even the people. We cannot be done alone. That's why we call ours a joint task. You achieve more when there's strength in numbers and when you put and knock heads together.
Those were the words of the Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, when he visited Governor Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State at the Government House, Bauchi. According to the Speaker, the leadership of the 9th National Assembly will always ensure that the nation's commonwealth are channeled towards the growth and development of the nation, with emphasis on critical needs of states and region.
You're doing wonderfully well so far in terms of how you've been able to carry all your members along and the whole state. But I want to encourage that in the spirit that we in the House of Representatives of 9th Assembly have carried on the platform of a joint task between all parties and all tendencies, that you do the same. And I'm glad to see that is happening already in Bauchi State.
We recognize the vantage position of the federal authorities, and you are one of those that will help us a lot. We will come to you with cap in hand to make sure that as you are doing the budget, you remember Bauchi State. You remember Bauchi is the only sanctuary in the northeast where people are coming from all the states that are bombarded by terrorism.
Governor Bala Muhammad also commended the House of Representatives for their intervention into the Bauchi State Assembly crisis. In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
Submission of candidates by political parties to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for the Kogi and Bayelsa governorship elections ended 6 p.m. this Monday. Though details of the list of candidates submitted by the various political parties are not available yet, the INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, confirmed to correspondent Mia Ogidi that most of the parties rushed to beat the 6 p.m. deadline, including the PDP and the APC.
For non-submission of these forms. The period for substitution of candidates is completely different. Is completely different as provided in the law. And you know that the law provides that you can only change your candidate for the election if, for instance, the nominated candidate dies or the candidate that was nominated voluntarily and in his own handwriting decides to withdraw from the electoral process. So in which case the person can be changed. So there are only two situations under which a party can substitute his candidates.
The Buhari Media Organization BMO has called for the arrest of Timmy Frank for casting aspersion on members of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal ahead of their ruling on the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) challenging the election of President Muhammadu Buhari. Frank, an ally of PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, had in a statement claimed that the judges could be tempted to rule myopically and selfishly, but organization said those words were a direct insult on the 5-member panel. It said in a statement signed by its chairman, Niyi Akinsuju, that the former member of the All Progressives Congress APC, Timmy Frank, crossed the red line in his attempt to blackmail the judiciary. Now, the Sultan of Sokoto and President Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Alhaji Saad Abubakar, has attributed cases of religious intolerance to political influence, calling on religious leaders to work for peace and harmony in Nigeria. The Sultan said this in Akure during his meeting with religious leaders as part of programs lined up for his 2-day visit to the ancient town. Olubukola Aduo reports.
Meeting with religious leaders in Akure under the auspices of the Nigerian Interreligious Council, NIREC, Alhaji Saad Abubakar III expressed regrets at the spate of religious crisis in the country, noting that there are many reasons for Nigerians to be united. He described the two scriptures, the Bible and the Quran, as instructive in ensuring love and unity among the faithful.
Be a bit cautious in the way you say things or do things. Don't politicize issues. We have seen how politics came into it. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
Deji of Akure, Oba Alade Tonyibu Alade Lucy, said the interaction was aimed at fostering peace among the religious leaders in the state.
We must do God's ways accordingly. If you don't do that, there's no way we could live together peacefully.
The Sultan was also received by Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, who commended Alhaji Abubakar's initiative in ensuring religious tolerance in the country.
We must continue to have this inter-ethnic and inter-religious understanding and cooperation.
The governor urged the people of the state to shun religious acrimony for peace to reign. In Akure, Olubukola Aduwo, NTA News.
You're still watching NTN Network News. Let's join Michael in Lagos now for more stories. Michael?
Thank you, Joseph, and welcome to Lagos. There is a renewed vigor by the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, to protect critical infrastructure in Lagos State. Commandant, Lagos Command of NSCDC, Otoibi Cyprian, echoed this determination while parading a 46-year-old man who allegedly defied his 14-year-old daughter in Lagos, Abolade Salami reports.
The heinous act the victim confessed started in 2016 while she was 11 years old. Again, she was sexually abused by the suspect in August this year before his arrest. Commandant NSCDC Lagos State Command described the behavior as criminal and barbaric, with a charge on parents to keep close eyes on their words.
This is not just indiscipline and child abuse, but also a crime against humanity that must be condemned by all and punished by the appropriate government establishment, saddled with the responsibility of protecting the girl child's right. This has put the daughter and her mother in an emotional and traumatic state.
The suspect, Chinedu Ifeleka, while alluding to the heinous act, confessed he must have been under a spiritual spell.
Slept with my daughter.
Why did you sleep with your daughter?
That day, I don't know. I don't know what come over me that day. I don't know when it happened, Seth. But what I heard, that she's one that say, I don't know whether I'm toxicated.
The commandant expressed the readiness of the court to work with sister agencies to rid the state of crime and criminality. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
As construction work continues on the Kara Bridge section of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, business operators and commuters around the axis are counting their gains and losses 1 week into the ongoing project. Lynn Neneke has the updates.
So far, major work on the 600-meter dual carriageway along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway has reached an appreciable level. Although vehicular movement from Kara Bridge axis to Bega in Lagos is a bit slow due to diversion, the presence of traffic control agents has assisted to ensure steady movement of vehicles.
We have increased the stamp because I think the way they are repairing the road. The stamp have been increasing. Here's the Magro before it's just 100 naira, but it's now 150, 200 now.
The transportation is too high. Like yesterday now, I took transport from Mobe 400. Now I used to enter bus from that place if I'm going. Now there's no bus there, I have to check down.
The congestion on the road, the narrowing of the road has caused some hold up. But that was notwithstanding, people are happy that there's development coming up.
Meanwhile, commercial motorcyclists, popularly called Okada riders in local parlance in Lagos, are taking advantage of the construction to make brisk business.
Instead of 500 naira to Iba, for now we are increasing to 1,000 because before you went there, you consume a lot of time.
Now we are getting enough passenger.
To Bega, yes, 700, 1,000 each person.
The deadline for the completion of the project is December this year. In Lagos, Lynn Neneke, NTA News.
That's a contribution from Lagos. Back to Joseph in Abuja for more news.
Then what's the matter? It's your birthday. Guests are already waiting at the pool.
It's headache, cold, pains all over my body.
Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet and powerful ingredients specially prepared to bring you fast relief from headache, body ache, cough, flu, cold, and fever. Baby, how are you feeling now?
Wow, I feel great thanks to Cold Time Tablet.
Cold Time Tablet also available in syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet, a quality product from Embassy Pharmaceutical and Chemicals Limited. Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet, your visa to healthy living.
From Molfix just for your baby. Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies. Molfix is 2018 most selling diaper in Nigeria and also the global leading premium quality baby diaper in 2018. You should try Molfix.
The Aerial Assurance Challenge.
Oh, thank you. But what assurance can you give our daughter?
Everything. With the new look Aerial, I can even do the laundry.
Prove it then.
Okay. Let's make this stain even tougher. Now, let's wash the cloth. With your detergent and with new look Aerial. Do you believe me now? Aerial, now in a new look pack.
Hey, you! And are you how they talk to? I sabi you now. It's in your mind, Abi. The person with them go help us. Baba Toros and Shangalu, Ogalekuva, Mr. Sabi. And you know if we carry last for this one.
A spear into the top corner.
We Sabi say Peking will crawl before in waka. So don't look, no help anybody. No dolly, no. So go for it. Go for football. Go for all Syria and La Liga matches live. Go for GoTV Max.
Imagine a luxury big breakfast on top of the world in Dubai.
To Dubai.
Collins!
Hope you bought enough big milk. Dubai, here we come!
To be one of the 20 lucky people going to enjoy a peak breakfast in Dubai, buy Peak Milk and collect your scratch card to redeem your instant win. Fill your details and return if everyone's a winner. So keep on buying your Peak Milk and keep winning. Valid while stocks last. Reach for your peak.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Prince, did you hear that?
Of course I did. That is village Elmaster tune.
So, Auntie Amebo was not gossiping then?
Village Elmaster is celebrating 50 years.
50? Already? This is not a joke.
It is a national celebration. NTA and Village Elmaster family are commemorating 50 years.
Hey, Prince, tell me, when is our golden jubilee?
It is from the 8th to 11th of October 2019.
I have to go and get ready. It's time to party.
Women. But we, men, will be there too.
This is NTN Network News and we are back in Abuja. Time now to talk business and Muplang Dakok is ready to take it from here. Muplang, what's all the latest you've got?
You will get it right away, Joseph.
Yeah.
Evening and welcome to Business News. The Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP, says it saved more than 26.86 billion naira for the federal government in 2018 after revising inflated contract sums submitted by government contractors. BPP said this in its 2018 annual report, where it noted that the highest amount saved, which was 22.22 billion naira, was recorded from the Ministry of Power Works and Housing. The Bureau revealed that no savings was made from contracts under the Federal Capital Territory Administration, Ministry of Environment, and the Ministry of Budget and National Planning. Real estate has been a very significant contributor to the nation's GDP. However, many Nigerians decry the high cost of rent in city centers. Africa Reports 2015 says Abuja, the nation's capital, has the second highest rental prices for residential properties in the whole of Africa. Business News felt the pulse of some residents.
Of the town, at the end of time, more people want to settle at the center than the outskirts. So, demand and supply. The higher the demand, the higher the price.
There are so many empty houses that you see, and reason being that it's very expensive. It doesn't reflect to the account of a normal Nigerian. So I think Nigerian governments should try and do something about it, especially Abuja.
Closed the first trading day of the week on a negative note. At the close of trade, the NSE All-Share Index depreciated 0.21% to close at 27,089.84 basis points as market capitalization stood at 13.1 trillion naira. 290 equities valued at 4.2 billion naira exchange hands in 2,900 deals on the floor of the exchange. Guarantee Trust Bank dominated market activity with a whopping 128 million traded shares. It was followed by FBNH and Transcorp. Seplat led the gainers while Nestle topped losing companies. That's Business News. Good evening. Joseph?
Yeah, thank you, Muplang. All right, Naomi in Maiduguri will take us through the next set of reports. Naomi, it's over to you.
Thank you, Joseph, and welcome to Maiduguri. Access roads remain critical to development of rural communities as well as linking neighboring states for economic development. It is in the view of this that Borno state government set aside 3 billion naira to construct Maiduguri-Bama Banki Road. Muhammad Goni reports.
Construction of roads in the hinterlands to enable farmers access market for their product was also in the front burner during the governor's visit. Already, approval has been granted for construction of a new market in Kwaya to decongest the township, while electrification of Chibok, Askira, Uba, and other surrounding communities has commenced in earnest. Approval has been granted to construct additional 200 houses in Chibok as part of the construction process, which is ongoing in other local areas. Commitment has also been made to address acute water shortage in Chibok, while the governor made a case for speedy reconstruction of JSS Chibok.
Government will, inshallah, address squarely their developmental needs, especially in four key areas. 1 is security, 2 education, 3 health, and then 4 is water supply.
Professor Babagana Umara also disclosed in Bama that the sum of 3 billion naira has been set aside by the state government to commence reconstruction of Maiduguri-Bama Banki Road as soon as federal government gives approval, while reconstruction work on Umar Ibn Ibrahim College of Education, Science and Technology has reached advanced stages of completion for academic activities to commence there in December this year. Monarch and stakeholders of all the areas visited expressed appreciation to the present administration for bringing government closer to the grassroots. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Chouani, NTA News.
Northeast Development Commission has undertaken an assessment tour of Mangunu to ascertain the humanitarian needs of the internally displaced persons and the magnitude of destruction caused by the Boko Haram insurgents. The team was led by Dr. Muhammad Goni Alkali, who was accompanied by Borno State Emergency Management Agency Executive Chairman Yaba Okolo. The Northeast Development Commission is saddled with the responsibility of receiving and managing funds allocation from the federal account and international donor agencies for resettlement, rehabilitation, and reconstruction of infrastructure, social amenities, and communities destroyed by insurgency, as well as tackling menace of poverty and illiteracy. The humanitarian assessment visit took the Commission to Customs House IDP's camp, Mona Garage IDP's camp, Farm Center, and El Kanemi Stadium IDP's camps.
Most of the IDP population, out of 1.8 IDP population, Borno is hosting 1.6.
Now we are ready. This is why we are here, to reassess and see what's on ground. And we have had the complaint of food, shelter, and some other things. So we are going to factor in this into our own programming, and very soon we'll take action on those issues.
The Commission was also in Mangunu IDP's camp to have first-hand information of their plights. While there, the Managing Director, Dr. Muhammad Alkali, solicited the support of the military in actualizing the mandate of the Commission. Members of the Commission were also at the Maiduguri Government House for the courtesy call on Governor Babagana Umara Zulu. That's a contribution from Maiduguri. Joseph is back to you in Abuja. Good evening.
Omi, thank you. With the growing trend of internet fraud being perpetrated mostly by young people in the society, experts on Good Morning Nigeria advocate concerted efforts in tackling cybercrime to safeguarding critical national assets and ensure protection of online activity. Marijanatu Adam Saeed reports.
Despite ongoing efforts in securing the technological world, e-fraud remains a challenge around the world. Experts suggest that regulatory policy, ethics, and responsibilities of financial institutions and regulators must be sealed up to achieve the desired results.
What's really a problem is when you allow your information, personal information or your banking information, you give it out to other persons. That's when it becomes a problem, and that's when they can access your account.
I think rather than pursuing these people all over the place, it's come to a point where we need to just harness them and find a way of channeling them to positive things.
The NIDA Act was the first local content act in Nigeria. What it sought to do was to catalyze and supercharge the development of indigenous technology. We'll have stuck to a converged regulator like you have in other climes. But they said, no. There was a need to do more in terms of creating local opportunities.
Gas maintained that challenges associated with cybercrime is a global phenomenon that requires collective cooperation of stakeholders in mitigating its impact on the society. The issue of quick money, otherwise known as get-rich-quick syndrome, is a major reason for e-fraud. Gets, however, challenge relevant institutions mandated in tackling financial crimes to up their games in the war against criminal elements in the technological world, adding that speedy prosecution of culprits will send a strong signal and serve as deterrent to others. In Abuja, Murijana Chu, Adam Said, NTA News.
Let's now go over to Port Harcourt, where Dibabari is standing by with more stories.
Thank you, Joseph, and welcome to Port Harcourt. Ekiti State Governor and Chairman, Nigerian Governors Forum, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, says there is no evidence of any existing structure on the alleged mosque demolished site in Transamadi, Port Harcourt. The NGF chairman addressed journalists after an assessment visit to the site. Ogedinye Kwiri has details.
An alleged mosque demolition story by Rivers State government went in the media. Chairman Nigerian Governors Forum Kayode Fayemi was in the state on a fact-finding mission. Dr. Fayemi described the controversy as a storm in a teacup that should not have warranted the hype it received from the media. He said it was important to promote harmony rather than discord, stressing that as state governors, they must act as bridge builders on sensitive issues.
From what I have seen, I can't see evidence of any building that has been demolished. If a building has been demolished here, it would be evident. In my state, I wouldn't allow people to build on a sewer, but if they are willing and prepared to have their place of worship elsewhere, that really shouldn't be too much of a request to make.
Governor Wike thanked the NGF chairman for exhibiting leadership.
There's no way I will see a mosque and I will order Minister of Urban Development to go and demolish a mosque. So I thank the chairman of the Governors Forum, the governor of Ekiti State, for taking this bold step to come and see things for himself.
Governor Wike said the state government is not lost on the constitutional provision for religious tolerance within the ambit of the law. In Port Harcourt, Ogedinye Kwiri, NTA News.
Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike says his administration will construct 3 new flyovers in strategic areas of the city to be completed in 16 months. The governor stated this while inaugurating 3 street roads reconstructed by the government in Port Harcourt metropolis. Again, Ogedinye reports.
The inauguration of Bonny, Adakaboro and Elliot Henry Streets in Old Port Harcourt Township marks the beginning of activities for the 100-day celebration of Governor Wike's second tenure. With the reconstruction of the 3 roads, residents and motorists can now enjoy smooth roads. Governor Wike promised his administration will construct more flyovers in the state.
Very soon, we are going to flag off construction of 3 flyovers in this state. I'm going to do it in 16 months. I can confidently affirm that the entire roads in Port Harcourt Township have been rehabilitated under your administration.
He enjoined Rivers residents to live safely and join forces with the government in ensuring restoration of Port Harcourt Garden City status. The total length of the road is 2.8 kilometers with a width of 7.3 meters and 2 side drains of 4.6 kilometers, which also serves as pedestrian walkway. In Port Harcourt, Ogedinye Kwiri, NTA News.
And that does it from Port Harcourt. Is back to Joseph. Good evening.
Barry from our Port Harcourt Network Center there. Up next is Sports Update after these messages. Stay with us.